A little bit of a different one today, because I couldn't be in the tournament match. This is how to LS spam versus Fogbad. There we go. So it is Super Black, River, and Topple versus QWERTY, Jaden, and Myriex. Now, you can see here that Myriex, Jaden, and QWERTY, all three of them are working on the sprawl to the right. They have Fogbad moving in. Fogbad get demolished. There we go. Insta-KO headshot on Topple. That's Topple down. He's now caused his team to fall behind by sacrificing his life on the front lines. As we can see on the right here in orange, I'm just going to refer to them as orange and blue because it makes things easier. Orange here, they've got a triple pump, and they've got a double triple pump, that is, so they've got 6 pumps within 1 fabricator range, while blue team have a 5 pump and a triple spot nearby, so they actually have superior eco. It looks like they're going to go and hop in and on that extra bit of eco now. There they go, in that top left corner of the screen. And they're starting their skybase. So both sides have started skybasing. One side though is still taxing on getting that eco up and running. So blue there really trying to get that eco running so they can have more options. While as per usual QWERTY and Jaden are moving in as quickly as possible for this skybase. They're not bothering on extra eco. Looks like maybe they'll try and C-base when things get started. Okay. Sorry for any yawns. This is being recorded at near midnight for me, so it's really interesting. We've got a little bit of a collection of people now in VC. I'm watching Spartan. He is the staff hosting this tournament match. We've got a lot of people in here, the typical, Recoil, Blazing. Blazing's probably going to be spamming join, which is going to be really irritating. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and put on streamer mode. Looks like it's already on, never mind. But we've got a lot of people watching now. Or at least Spartan does, and that's because this is a big match, or at least it's considered a big match. We've got 2 Skybridge rushers up and running. And they are really trying to get that first move in, because once that first move is in, things will get interesting. So we've got a standard start on both Skybridges, a triple fabricator on the keep. You can see here the keep stack on the right has started defending. They're preparing for drill. Oh, so are the blue team on the left. They are also getting turrets. You can see it hanging off the side of a fabricator there, nowhere near as substantial as orange. Oh, and they've started with artillery. There we go, they are 1 step ahead because of that little bit of extra eco. Orange here, they've gone for shields on their stem, shields at base. The only difference between the 2 keep stacks right now is that blue are 1 step behind on shields, 2 steps ahead on eco, and they even have artillery up and running. As we can see here on the right there, they've gone for a boar up top. Sorry for the bad quality, but they've decided to go for a boar to try and get a little bit of an advantage. Finally, orange picking up on those 3 pumps out front that they can get. We can see in the bottom right corner there. And they're going for a quad shield because that is on the front lines where the enemy artillery can indeed hit. Once that shield is up within about 30 seconds of operation, no more arty shell should be getting in. There we go, you see he's signaling that's a main game changer. You can see on the Left there, they are getting multiple arsenals up. That tells me that they're probably going to be going for laser drilling. There we go. Laser drill, SMG, AI is the typical combo. Use the laser drill to either take out the shields, or you can go straight for the stem, which is typically the choice made. That boar is holding back blue team now. Holding back that sky bridge. Oh, they re-aimed it, so now it's going to be doing less damage. But the problem is, orange have that, blue have that superior eco. They're going to try and run two boars at the same time. But, on the contrary, orange here, getting that artillery up on their sky bridge on the right there. There we go, it's up and running, and they're firing the first shot. This will be the first physical exchange. Boom, right on those balls, that's it. Battle tilted, already moving up for that artillery up front while he continues. That is it, that blueprint is out to the top of the map, stuck against the wall. Wow. There it goes, outside the map. Gone forever. Oh, he is really moving up now. Oh, he can go straight over that wall. He is moving right the way up. It looks like the match may start getting decided. We can see now both teams. In the bottom right, you can see that fabricator beam underneath the shields. Down here, that's showing that there's a sea base being built. And over here, on the left, we have a pipe going around here. Some submersibles. They're only using, what, 2-3 fabs by the looks of things of supply. Those distributors aren't even quivering. That is it. Over here we can see they've laddered out to the side in an attempt to get that bore shot off. That artillery, I missed that. I actually managed to scour out what they had going, but it's okay. That bore is still up and running, still holding them back. The shield spam is getting intense on the right here. That quad shield has been staggered so that you've got one on the inside, two medium, one large, and that's to stop the explosion damage sharing across shields. This actually means that technically they've got 3 layers of protection rather than what would have been 2 between those 2 pairs of shields. That quad shield. Out the back here they're already starting for laser strike spam, got an upgrade station, and we've got a SSIM going up. Their spawn is still physically connected over there. But I think they've got a second one right here, so, and they've got one up there, so they're gonna not have a problem with respawning. There we go, he's signaling for the sea base there. Here we go, rocket spam, as per standard of Fog Bad. Not capable of anything better in quotation marks. He is really going home on those rockets. They're gonna have to end it real fast. There we go, moving in with an SMG, trying to finish that rocket off. Nice and easy. Easy does it. There we go. Fired up straight into the way of those PDs. He must be low on health now. He has got a laser draw off. Didn't manage to kill that main bore. Whoops, sorry. Didn't manage to kill that main bore. That is it. They didn't make the game they were hoping for. He is really trying to hold out against that bore. On the left we can see they have maxed out all of their storage. Their sea base is fully up and running at capacity. Easily meeting that demand. No shields yet though. No shields down there. They will probably be up momentarily. On the right here we can see they've got some kind of shields going up. Whether they're going to spam or not is up to them. It doesn't really matter at this point in the game. This main fight is going up here in between these two sky bases. They've got a bore off the side. Looks like that thing's in range of artillery though. Ooh, just skimming it, only just. On the other hand, that bore is really skimming up. They need to place that res up front now, or else they're gonna... There we go, they lost the bore. Bore is down. Over on the left here, we can see a laser strike goes off, bridge goes down, boom, equal trade on both sides. Both lost their main offense. But orange here moving in. They're instantly picking up on this. They've still got this first bit off the end, this first set of fabs. Over here, they really cut it at the start, and that's because that early on bore stopped them from getting shields on their bridge. And they are still opting for shields over on the right here. On the left, they're probably going to start getting shields with this triple fab now, learning from their mistakes. Not even going to bother repairing the pipe. There he goes. connects that up nice and smooth. There we go, distributor online, fabs online, easy. Over on the right here, that shield spam is just getting more and more and more intense. That is it for that. He's really not optimizing on the trade-off up here on the sky. He could have totally got some free arty shots off, but he did not. That is going to be that. Oops. Just going to check I'm still deafened. Yes, I am. Okie dokie. So there we go. They are opting for a long-term fight using boars, getting up as many fabs as possible, and they're transferring their bridge type over to a quad wall. That quad wall is going to give them lots more health. There's 1,500 health, if I remember correctly, per wall. No. Not 1,500, 2,500 per wall. Each bridge only has about 300, so that difference right there is about 5 extra arty shots per wall, or an extra 30 to 40 seconds on a fully up boar. That's going to give them a major advantage in this fight, but it's whether they can sacrifice the time to upgrade to that next tier of sky bridge. Down on ground we can see finally Team Orange here. You can see the glow of all of their storage tanks up and running. Topples coming in under here. We can see the name tag right now. And he goes on by. Looks like he's going to try and get off an early on laser strike up top. Finish them off there. Over on the left here, things are beginning to fade as Eclipses goes into fog mode. This is not great at all. But yeah, as we're in this dead zone right now, we might as well go take a look at who's playing finally. We've got Miriax here coming in with 6666 score, or rating should I say. Jaden 3,832 rating, QWERTY with 2,700. The scales are actually rather similar on both teams, because Topple here is roughly the same rating as Miriax, coming in at 6.7k, almost 6.8k. Super coming in at almost 4,000, same as Jaden, and River coming in just below QWERTY. QWERTY's got a couple more wins than River on this end, so as far as experience goes, or at least as rating goes, it seems like Orange might have the advantage, but River has been around for longer. I know that as a fact in the community. River has been around longer than even Miriax. Miriax is a rather new show. It's a shame really that Photo can't be here to grant Spartan something like an anti-fog, or something similar. You can just hear the boars faintly at the top here. We can kind of see. Sadly, I don't have a way to change up my brightness, make this any more obvious, but at least for the display. We've got a 2-board back here, one off the side being built, still on that flimsy bridge. They haven't decided to opt for the other type of bridge. Meanwhile, quad walling being brought right the way forward here, almost halfway across the gap. Looks like Miriax took out Topple. Half health, but moving forward, gonna probably laser strike again. Knock down an already down opponent. That is it for Blue, I believe. Orange, on the other hand, still moving forward. Got another station up here. You can see the shadows of the 3 fabricators right here. On the right, got a PD on top and on bottom. That C-base is probably still just as alive, shown by the abundance of pumps here. Looks like Team Orange just made a point defense and Spartan is refusing to move out the way. He is going to die to that. There he goes. What an idiotic spectator. He's probably now just going to connect up his spawn just so that he can keep on recording. So I stayed up this late anyway because I was supposed to be taking part on Orange team, but the issue was, well, it's pretty late for me, so I said, if possible, could they use someone else? So they used Miriax instead, and instead I've got this third-person perspective of the battle. I'm going to try and upload this onto YouTube overnight so that you guys can get a look on this fast-paced fast-paced explanation of this battle. Looks like Spartan might have to go and get upgrades and things, because he is going to start getting pestered by turrets for the rest of the game. As orange team slowly dominate the skies, he's going to lose his position up on these spires just to spectate, let alone what blue team are going to be handling. They've got to run into that turret spam. There it goes. Nice. So we can see here on the right, this faint glow from the enemy tanks shows that even though they've got those boars running, it sounds like 2 by now, the issue for blue team is that the orange team has still got that sea base up and running. That's really going to be a big issue, because that sea base is going to, as you can see here, as the fog fades out, it's really giving orange that advantage. It looked like early on they were at a disadvantage for eco, but they turned it around with proper basing, efficient, very efficient combat, using the arty over those boars and constructing them early game. You can see here on the left they're opting for boar spam to try and fight back orange, but I don't think it's going to be enough. There it goes. Laser strike off on those arties on front. That is that. Oh, he only took out 1 though. That other arty's still online. Is that going to mean those boars aren't destroyed? Those boars get destroyed? Looks like it is. The arty is being fired on repeatedly. That is that. Looks like he's going to try and kill off those arties before those arties kill the boars. What's going to be first? Here he goes. He's fought him off, those boars. Oh, as we saw just now up on this top edge here, they were really trying hard to hold back the enemy, but that is that. Laser strikes can't get through a quad wall skybase, so it's 2 layers of walls back to back, or should I say base to base. And there's a really funny technique that lets you place them incredibly fast. There we go, another person joining the VC to come and see this epic match unfold. Absolute demolish for Fogbad by my team LS Spam, or at least how to LS Spam. Look at that, they're still trying to get up that boar spam. Really trying hard to put the enemy team back, but they're just not handling it. There we go, finally, 1 arty shot off. That is it. Enemy team can't do arties now. Enemy here trying to get in those boars, trying to push back blue team. Oh, they try and res. Res isn't going to save it. That is it. Boars down. Fight goes back over to orange to make a move. They have it open. That's it. They got the signal from the turret there to tell them that a player was moving up. They go for rocket spam on that PD, using an orbital shield as a defense, or more so as an offensive tool right here. Offensive defense. There we go. Laser strike tries to go off, but that wall is placed just in time, just on point. There's probably Miriex up there, or QWERTY, coming in with their next level instincts of what's being aimed at next. Either that or it was just pure luck. Trying to defend from that rocket spam happened to coincide with that laser strike. Miriex coming in past Spartan here. Looks like Miriex is going to try come up from behind on, I'm going to guess that's Topple rocket spamming from inside that orbital shield. Here you go. There we go. We've got the combat. Pistol versus minigun. Who's going to win? I know Miriex's aim is pretty good. They've got most of their rating from rushing, so as far as that goes, they definitely have the advantage. It looks like they're backing off because they probably got a laser strike or something. They're like, okay, I'm going to go use that on that stem. Here it goes. Another laser strike. Oh, Topple coming in to finish them off though. There it goes. Laser strike is off on that stem, knocking them down again. Seems like blue just can't get a footing. That sea base is fully shielded on blue. Oh, Spartan changing his camera. Wait for it to stabilize a bit. There we go. We've got the walls on the ground from the earlier thing, but that is it. More goes down on that stand. That is it. It seems to be game is decided. Orange is prevailing on this sky base. They've left their boars on because they can. Keeping those on means that the blue team don't have a straight path across to orange. Those boars are going to stop them from building up. There we go, another boar goes off. Can't tell which side. I'm going to guess that's on blue, trying to gain some ground on these shields. These shields are going to be really stopping any LS spam, but a boar can keep down shields in an area. Yep, definitely on blue team here. Over here though, we've got barely any movement up front on the ground, but we can see at the back here, right where the show members icon is, they're getting up a double arsenal. Might be that they're going to try and laser drill out on blue team's shields. It's one way to take down shields, as stated earlier. There we go, Myrix gets flung off the map. There we go. Blue moving back forward onto that arty. That defensive laser strike could just get them ground finally. Here we go. Arty's being fired and completely missing. Laser strike goes off. Somehow doesn't kill that stem, that pipe holding on for its life. The amount of stress a pipe would be going through in real life if this was real life. You can see back here that blue team use the storage technique of extra standard tanks. Each standard tank, you know, I think it has 650 storage. A large tank has 1,100. So it's roughly 2 standard tanks is equal to a large tank, but for a fraction of the cost. Well, half of the cost is the fraction, but here we go, moving in for another play like earlier. Do they think they're going to pull it off this time? I don't know. There's a lot of point defense spam there. Got 4 PDs on them. What are they going to do about that? Looks like he's just going to spam his way through it. Try his best. Jump forward trying to get that laser strike off, but it just doesn't work. He's going to try bridge. Another person joins the VC. There we go, the board just cuts out. That block underneath the bridge, that is basically it for that stem. That stem is dead now. It is dead. They're going to have to try and do this some other way. Spartan doing an E-dance there to try and glitch out his light. He technically shouldn't be doing that. It can be distracting for players. He's supposed to be a ghost in this match. So far he's made turrets fire in Topple's direction. His platform blocks are got in the way. Oh, if only there was a spectate feature for these matches. I'd love that. A way to just fly around in a recording of the match would just be glorious. Down here we can see a barge rode into the enemy sea base. It looked like it was probably a satchel barge, but too many arcs there. Too many arcs for that to work. That sky base is moving steadily forward still though. They are easily within arty range. Look at that. Just as I say that, arty firing down on SCP Foundation, on blue team, on Fog bad. Wow, going up for a quad arty, they are brave. You have to have almost perfect precision to fire a quad arty with maximum efficiency. Really efficient in your movement. Down here we can see them preparing for boar spam to try and fight back the onslaught of artillery. Getting those extra fabricators down, shields down, everything they can to gain ground. They need to just survive past the initial attack, and then, if Orange team have any idea what they're doing, they'll try and change up their tactics. As you can see again, another laser strike barge. You'll see that they're not placing the blocks over themselves, because in tournament battles you're not allowed to hide your character like that. Spartan has turned off his light, trying to distract people less. Very good work on him. There we go, the quad arty has just been piped up. Looks like they did chain piping to do that, and it fires away in 3, 2, 1. There we go. Oh, a laser strike off on it. Oh god, no. That was just bad timing for them. Bad timing for Orange right there. Great timing for Blue. Just bought themselves an extra, 20 seconds there. Those balls powering up could just cut through in time. Another laser strike goes off. There we go. Quad RT blown into pieces. Everything spewing everywhere. Blue still hanging on to that first stem. Really trying to get a double RT up on there. Fires while there's no one right on the front lines, and that is it. Those walls are under attack. Main pipe under attack. Got rocket spam from underneath again. Someone leaves the voice call as they think that this match is just going to bounce back again. It's looking that way. We can see some laser strikes and orbital shields probably getting up in those side SSIM beams. We can see over on the left side there, behind Blue. Surprised Orange haven't moved for beacons yet, to be honest. They're only using about half the map for this battle. Couldn't get off an easy 2 beacons back there, one up front here. Maybe they're all just really taken up with whatever. Got a satchel barge trying to take out the sea base every so often. You can see it going on by here. Ladder sticking out front. So what you have is you have a stick out the front of the barge, cover it with satchels, and then you can detonate it. And if you move into the enemy base just right, just at the right moment, all of those satchels will blow up faster than the arc turrets can stop, and that causes massive amounts of damage. You think one satchel can blow up anything? Well, 20 can blow up, well, even more. It is horrifying to have one of those right into your sea base when you're undefended. There we go again. That orbital shield spam is saving the artillery at this point. It's blocking the bores. The bores go offline as that artillery cuts the pipe. That is it for the front lines. The front lines are down. He's still trying to hang on. Whoever's up there, trying to get those PDs on the side, trying to stop the enemy from moving on. Enemy trying to get on board now, destroying their own platforms as they move forward. There he goes. Probably has real nice upgrades for that. Max tank. Oh, there we go. Another laser strike goes off in the base. Cuts a ditch right underneath the bore in the PD. They're not going to be able to repair that very easily. Never mind. Destroying whatever they can. Trying to gain as much ground as they can. Looks like that thing's about to be cut. As you can see, this is very, very meaty for a skybase. All of those bores just making a blade up front that they just can't get past. That RT slowly progresses forward. We can see some shields going up. Lots of wall spam to stop the cruisers. But the fact is, I think if that is Jaden firing, Jaden knows that he can aim, right up against the original keep stack. And all of that will fall away. He can snipe his way right the way through. You can see there's gaps right in the wall spam. It's why you never spam walls. Never. You should always do solid walls if you want to stop cruise missiles. But those cruise missiles weren't even aiming for the stem. That was a distraction. They're taking out the shields down below. All of those bores just getting orbital shielded to try and stay alive while more cruisers come on in. Once those bores are out the way, Orange can progress right over the top. They'll have almost no resistance. Orange really trying to push forward, but that double RT is intent on killing that front portion. Looks like it's about to go down. Lots of explosions on that front line, secondary explosions and primary. Okay, here we go, probably another laser strike barge here. Moving in to try and stop those RTs. Either the RTs or the bores below. Can't know until it happens. Fog is creeping up. Are we going to see this moment before it happens? Oh, barge has gone under. Barge has gone under. Might be aiming then to get a sea base down below. Now that that fog wave has cleared, we can see Blue's artillery have been completely wiped out from the top of that sky stem. Orange are advancing forward. They've almost taken out all the boars on the ground. That wall spam is the only thing protecting it now. Blue team now start their crew spam back, trying to just get off some last hits against those artillery, trying to buy still more time for the already dead boars. Skystem finally goes down, collapses onto the enemy base, providing still more cover. That thing really wants to help out its team. You can hear some firing to the right, telling us there's some conflict over there. And a laser strike goes off, but of course Spartan, probably AFK, for streaming this. Oh, never mind, he is back. He looks back the other way to show, well, there's not really any changes. Everything is still the same. More people joining and leaving as there's a bit of quiet except for the odd boar. We can see blue team now moving forward with their boars. Sorry, not blue, my bad. Orange moving forward with their boars, turning off the old ones, activating new ones, probably aimed a lot lower. Here we go, we'll see now where their aim is. It is on the sea base. They're going to have to drill through the ground to get there, but you can see here there's a clear line. Oh, never mind, they've decided that going straight through the wall spam is most important, or even more important for this for this single shield over here. Once that shield is out the way and the turret, that's it. Almost no defenses above ground for blue team. Seems like things are about to be over. Oh, we can see a blue jumping across the ocean there, trying to move in towards that sea base. I hear momentarily whether he survives or not by the scream his personnel will make upon death. Bit of laser drilling to the left. Shots fired over on the right there, probably at the sea base. My headset could be confused and I might have misheard that. The laser drilling could have been at the sea base for orange team. Either over by the sea base or just out of sight of Spartan on the right. Shots fired over there on the left. Someone trying to get by and failing. Boar finally takes out that same turret that just killed the guy, only a second too late. Seems like this game is decided. Blue are now pinned down in their sea base. Only way they're gonna somehow get a win is if they can snipe out the enemy enemy sea base. Seems to be that's what they're trying. By the sound of those satchels, you can take a guess that over there on the right, satchel barge was just run into their base. by the sound of the PDs and the arcs, didn't sound like many of those satchels exploded properly, if at all. So, and also, of course, by the fact that there's not a lack of power. The only eco for this entire monster of a base of orange that's fully shielded, no crevices, except for the SSIMs. The only thing that's powering all of that mess is the sea base. So I guess we're just going to have to see how this goes. Whether or not blue can pull off a snipe, or whether orange is just going to kill the sea base first. We can see here some boars from the sky base aim straight down on that sea base. The shields rapidly fading and blinking now, as they are taking substantial damage from 100% powered boars. When boars get up to that 100% point, that is when things start getting messed up. They can devour shields faster than you can possibly spam orbital shields. It's just absolute monsters. They really are, those boars. On the left, blue finally start their retaliation, trying to get some boars aimed in suitable places. One of those boars is blinking. Maybe it's not properly capped, or they just keep re-aiming it. Another laser strike goes off. There it goes. Spartan is finally moving forward. Took him long enough. You can see from here that that sea base is in fact still alive, so the snipe was not successful. Spartan moves up to his new position. You can see that reservoir being built as a meat shield. Reservoirs have a very, very high amount of health. Very high. Reservoir meat shielding is almost blasphemy not to do it in the Eclipses community now. All of those leaks above ground, all being powered by, oh, there we go, all being powered by the sea base is what I was gonna say, but not anymore. Sea base has been disconnected from above ground. Above ground is almost complete dead space now for blue team. Blue team have really either got to take out that sky base somehow, or fall. That sky base is causing them too much trouble. I don't think there's a way that they can do it personally. Or at least not with their current techniques. Maybe placing an orbital shield over here, aground, or on a bridge. They could potentially grant temporary cover long enough that they can laser draw out the shields, and then proceed for a laser strike to shut down all the frontal boars, but that would only buy them time. They'd all have to do a strike simultaneously to cut through that thick sky base, but as stated before, they're not going to all abandon the sea base all at once. Someone's got to work on defense. Which is why, at this point, I'd say this game has been decided. Blue are out of cards. Enemy sea base, well, orange sea base, completely arced up, PD'd, everything. They're not going to be cracking that nut anytime soon. Blue team now taking arty fire and taking boars. That is going to be it for them. Those last shields going down as they try and roach on, try and survive. You can see the point defense. See the SSIM beams up here at the top. We had 1, 2, 3, 4. They've got 2 SSIM stations, probably all being used for orbital shields, trying as best they can to survive for a little bit longer. I would advise a surrender, but they can't hear me. There we go, walls going up now as the orbital shields aren't keeping up. Still, Blue trying to live on longer. Every second grants them another second of opportunity, another second where the game could turn around, but they're not using those seconds. They're throwing them away by the minute. They've now got a quad bore on them. There is no way they are going to be bouncing back from that. No way, unless if they somehow turn off the bores. Lots of people joining and leaving because Spartan isn't really showing a very good angle. Orange are finally starting on beacons, as you can see there. Those beacons are going to be the deciding move of this match by the sound of things. It's just whether or not Orange are going to be able to get them off quickly. Let's see what voice chat is saying.
Please, we can play random clips.
Shut your ugly ass up.
I just ranting in chat.
And I think that says enough for voice chat anyway. So as we can see before, we still got Recoil, Wheelchair, Ikov, Niquid, and Kratos and Funtimes. Funtimes, very interesting for them to be here. They are on blue team, but I don't think they made it into the match. So both me and Funtimes could have been potentials in this match, but we're just not in it instead. Man just can't admit defeat. Here we go. Fog is finally clearing up. It's a randomly generated value for length. There is no way of knowing what is what. There we go. We finally get to see those boars on the side of the island there. All trying to work away at the sky base that we can't see because of Spartans who will analyze what we can right now. As the view gets clearer and clearer, we can see there's still a sea base down here, or at least there's some walls. I don't know what remains of it on this side. Seems like they moved to the other side of the stem or out the back, shown by this SSIM beam right here. Whether you can see that in the recording or not. Got a reservoir off the side here that we can just about see. There we go. Now we get to see how the combat is going up there. It looks like some of these boars are just hitting right around here. You can see that boar shaking there a little bit, or at least for a moment there. So you have fabricator barge trying to get out beacons as quickly as possible, extended out so they can get as many fabricators. Over on the middle of the screen here, over to the far right of Orange, from their perspective, they've managed to get off that outside beacon. They've also reservoired their beacons, not defended it. That's going to come as an issue when they try to end the game. That extra fab barge trying to move around, help out as much as it can. It's not going to do much, but it's just there just to build the little tiddly bits that aren't built while the beacon's being built. Probably only one with upgraded fabricators. You can see orbital shield spam on the front lines here, trying to buy as much time as possible. But that bombardment is creeping up on them. And an extra beacon goes down. That is a nail, the final nail in the coffin right there. Could this be the end of the match? Super Black calls GG despite him blaming lag earlier for his loss. See, we hear no further movement from Blue. This could be them finally giving up. Yep, even River with a rip. to that jetpack. Jaden does have a point as well, it's just consistently inconsistent. I will admit as well, I hate the jetpack a whole lot. Jetpack is an absolute pain to use right now. And here we go. Jetpacks should be reverted. Spartan joking about hitting staff, and that is it. That fab barge placed right next to those boars just for a trolley end moment. Trying to ping his barge up into the skies. Lots of laser strikes on that sea base. Majority of the enemy buildings are in the sea base after all. Each pipe, each submersible, tank, wall, they all cool down 6 laser strikes every single time they're targeted. That sea base isn't even going to last long with that many shields left. You can see it literally drilling its way through the terrain right now. Spartan's almost dead because of a stray orbital strike. He's probably going to die as that pipe right next to the base of his spires, the yellow buildings, tries to get targeted. Sea base is vanishing by the second. That is it. Reservoir defense on top on those boars, finally gone as the beacon strikes it back. Point defense and boars all down simultaneously. There it goes. And there we go. Spartan is killed off by the beacon, and he cancels the stream. So that is that. That is the whole fight over with. Beacon's probably ended the match. We can't be sure, but that is all we have vision for, as far as I know. This is the first time I've actually recorded something with the intent to upload it. Give it a try overnight, see how things go. Only God knows how that's going to be. And thank you for watching.